here we are.
No, you guys usually say something horrible before we start.
I mean, he already did.
Yeah, but I wasn't quick.
Well, do you want us to say something horrible? Okay.
We can talk about our zombie boyfriends again. Wow. Wow. You got
Why?
So anyway, my foot's totally stuck in there, right? I'm freaking out. The dog's having a seizure, and I still have half a pie left. Oh, are we streaming? Oh, I guess we're ready for the recap.
I rolled a 450 even.
Find your lucky die now, mother trucker.
Can we, like, roll it back to a point before this happened?
better not get rid of my die. I like this one.
Here, let's roll these.
Wait, all of my things.
They're in one of the bags.
It's the D bag.
Do you?
Wait, why are there 3 D bags now?
Oh, you can't put a D bag in a D bag?
Guys.
There we go.
Oh, damn. 126 damage.
You're gonna create a black hole. A
Can we,
DB
like,
hole.
roll it back?
Gonna mess it up for everybody, but sure.
Oh, my die.
I'm sorry,
Wow,
Jin,
DB.
but my entire life was a mess.
I'm sorry, due to technical errors, difficulties.
Oh god, I don't think it helped.
I like that I just rolled it back to a couple seconds ago.
It only rolls
Still a
back
bunch
10
of-
seconds.
Well,
At a
Here.
time or just
Yeah,
period?
every time you click it, it's only seconds.
Oh, that's
Okay,
a
I think we're good now.
I have just reloaded it.
oh no.
Woof, woof, bork, bork.
Have the good day dice anymore.
Thank you. Now, Scott, get away from my dice! God damn it, why are there so many D10s?
Now you know how it feels.
No, Okay, you want to be like that. I literally clean up your dice because you just make a giant fucking mess
I didn't do
everywhere.
that. Somebody gave me all those dice. I didn't do that.
Now,
I recall somebody copying and pasting 1,000 D10s after I said I needed one.
Get out of here! And that wasn't me. I'd be willing to bet money that it was Scott.
wow.
It's 10 o'clock.
Actually-
Are we playing tonight?
You know, I would
Starting to
bet
wonder.
money too.
Stream is up and live, so
Okay. Want to
Welcome
Hello,
recap?
stream.
We're
Hello,
sorry.
stream.
Sorry, I get mischievous when I drink Miller.
Oh boy.
Our DM is drunk again.
Yeah, I mean that's like a normal thing, right?
Not quite drunk. Very lightly buzzed.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Just
Buzz.
enough to take the pain away.
Driving buzzed is driving drunk. Don't
He's
do
not-
it.
Well, it's
He's
good
not
thing I'm
driving.
only driving a campaign.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
off the
well-
cliff.
Yeah, we're dead now.
We're pretty good at doing that ourselves,
Yep.
you know, sober.
And we don't need any help.
Oh my god. That's true.
So we
Yeah.
ready for that recap?
Oh boy. Let's
Yes.
see if
That
I
recap.
can. Yeah.
Somebody recap something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Last
Season
week I
nine.
slept. Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it.
last week we got an Omega cap and DB was sick. That was the first thing I wrote down in my notes. Let's see. We make it to Turgeron, and for some reason Val decides to go directly to the Baron to get a ride to the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go over well because, you know, you don't go directly to the Baron himself. Just to get a cart to wherever we gotta go.
We almost did.
Yeah.
Mr. President?
Did we?
You call me a cab?
Your idea of almost is
Yeah.
flawed, I would say. But
Listen, there's no like gauge of importance Val's mind.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just Val and then everybody else.
It's irreverence. Everybody in the world and me.
Wow. Okay. Well, after that thing that was totally not fruitful at all, we end up finding a guard, and then we get a proper cart to get where we gotta go. Let's see. Oh yeah, we meet a half-orc with a really high-pitched voice due to a curse, and Val makes fun of him because he's an asshole. So that's good.
I know.
Just right out the gate.
It was
Uh-huh.
just. It took me off guard.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Val has no filter on his mouth, and hey, that's just Val.
Woke up like this. Hashtag no filter.
No.
I'll just see
No
myself
chill.
out now.
Certainly no
Zero chill.
flawless.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So
Definitely zero chill.
Val's a butt, and then we pick up some provisions, including a lot of candy. And let's see. Now we're traveling. Barry tries to chop down a tree that turns out to be a tree ant that's really grumpy and keeps dropping acorns on his head, even when the tree ant's not around.
Oh, he's around.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
invisible.
He gets
right?
around.
Barry's back.
What, man? Yeah.
It's just a little round.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, I want it.
Uh,
Yeah. I make my holy water. I send a message to Ulfgar. We start getting pranked by some invisible thing. The characters, anyway, don't know what it is. We find like some really pretty scales, but that's about it.
And we know it's a dragon.
It's Michael.
Probably. It's
your
not Michael.
Michael has scales.
It's the wrong color. They're not
Scales,
gray. They're
gotta be
blue.
Mike. Well,
No.
they could
They
have
were-
been tainted by his eldritch powers.
They were.
No.
You never know.
They're kind of a purplish, bluey, kind of like shiny type.
Kind of like, eldritch warlock colors.
No.
It's not Michael. Did Michael speak Draconic?
Yes.
Probably.
He's a white dragon sorcerer.
Yeah.
He speaks draconic.
Well, Michael has nothing to do with this at all, so
That's what you think until, boom, you get grayscaled.
That's what Michael wants us to think.
Precisely.
yeah, we get pranked a
Also-
few times. We get like one time we're all stripped naked. Another time we're all our money is like all over the ground. I think the other time we got switched into different tents. So it doesn't seem to be evil or like hurting us. It's just a prankster.
Just a big duty hit.
Yeah, it does a little prank on Val turning into a dragon, like a red dragon.
But I'm not bitter about it or salty because I'm better than.
You're saying you wanted to like eat it or something, didn't you?
Don't recall, and I'm just gonna let it slide.
Yeah, okay. We do feed it candy, don't we? But it won't like.
Yeah.
Barry tries to get it to like show itself, but it doesn't. And we do end up traveling the rest of the way after that, and we make it to Burr. So we just make it to our destination before we called it a night. I don't know what time of day that was.
To make things right, Val would try to get some candy from either you or Barry, and hold it up in the air.
Okay. The berry?
What?
What?
Try to get some candy from either Gidget or Barry, and
Oh, okay.
hold it up in the air, to see if whatever it is would like some candy.
So, I don't. How are you getting the candy?
From like asking either Gizzard or Barry for it. So like
Yeah, but we
So
won't
this is a
give you
role-playing
candy.
game where you're telling me that you ask some people. You see the problem I'm having here, right?
okay.
What time is it though? Like, we make it to Burr, and like, what time is it?
I mean, I didn't. Okay. Answer that
Wow.
question first.
I'm still just a little bit flabbergasted. Excuse me.
It's fine.
Wow. How do we get to Burv? It would have been. I think it was early, because I think you were only a few hours out when you made camp last, and so
That
it would
sounds
be, it'd be
right.
pretty early in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was too dangerous in the woods around Burv. But I
Yeah,
said-
like at night, so we
Yeah.
camped instead.
maybe one too many bandits.
And that's when the Liamon's tiny hut went away, and you got pranked.
Mm,
Different tents,
Right.
which is a fun prank. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, so it would be early. Be early in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, if it's in the morning, I would prepare my spells. Fine, I got detect evil and good on here. What good it's gonna do?
It's gonna detect it.
Yeah. Please do. Try and use that.
So many fucking D10s.
Well- You're gonna have to clarify though. Do you do it before you get into Burv? Because you do technically still have like a couple of hours of traveling before you get there.
Yeah, I probably after I do my morning routine, I would cast it before we head off. I've never prepared this one before. I see. A 30-foot radius and detect aberrations, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, undead, or magically desecrated or consecrated ground.
I'm gonna just go ahead and include alignment, good and evil, in that,
Okay.
and I'm gonna assume you're focusing on evil, since who cares if there's good things around you, right?
It would just, I would detect myself.
Right. Just a whole bunch of it. Yeah, no, you do not detect any evil.
Well, it's not evil, so. And I didn't think it was.
You get anything from this acorn?
Hmm.
Is it an evil acorn?
I think it's just an acorn berry.
Couldn't say that if it.
Oh, how? Oh, does he have like bumps all over his head, like little knots?
Probably, yeah. I mean that would mark about 1 point of damage, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's what it's been so far.
Oh, you want me to try to help you with that? Poor
No,
thing.
I'm good at. I just got bruised.
Oh,
Wear it with
Okay.
pride.
On his head and on his ego.
oh, and I don't know. Should I send a message or no? I suppose when we get into Burv, if we don't see Ulfgar right away, like somewhere like public, I'll send him a message.
Where are you, LOL?
Yeah. Where are you at?
New phone,
Oh.
who dis?
While we're like getting close to Burv, I'm going to ask the rest of the party at large, would it be alright if I traveled back with you guys after I meet up with my uncle and get all the paperwork that I need and whatnot? I mean, I'm kind of used to traveling with you at this point, so.
I mean,
Always
if you
good
want to
for
stick
I mean-
around,
Of
I
course.
if you can
Hardly
tolerate.
noticed you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Something was kind of noticeable.
try to keep a low profile, you know.
See why not? What kind of business is your uncle in?
My uncle is he's a cobbler. That's what my uncle does.
Convenient paperwork business.
Yeah. He it's mostly just to mostly needing to pick up some paperwork that he has that can help prove who I am so that I can claim my parents' estate or what's left of it.
It's just something he cobbled up. No, no.
Wait. So where is your parents' estate?
It used to be in Cirenchester.
Oh. Well. Hopefully there's something left.
Yeah. Thankfully, not all of the banks that my father used were in Cirenchester. But I don't think I'll be getting a fancy manor house or anything like that, because from what I've heard, it's just a crater.
Huh. That's super unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, Gidget, do you have any of that spare candy?
Yeah. And I hand him some.
Okay. I'm gonna balance that on top of my head. Do I need to roll something for that?
To balance candy on your head? No, I think you can probably manage.
I'm gonna cause my mage hand to appear behind him, and I'm gonna flick it off of his head.
That's for the dragon, and that's rude.
Well, you can't see the hand because it's behind you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick it up and put it back on my head.
Flick.
And I say in Draconic, this is for you.
Well, at the flicking of it off of your head, Ryu hears giggling. You hear no response to the, this is for you in Draconic. And aside from the mage hand, nothing is taking the candy from your head.
Sad. Can I? Maybe I can put some honey on the top of my head to stick it there, just so it stays there while we're traveling.
Just use slime.
But that's not tasty.
I mean,
True.
how would you know?
I don't think I've eaten it. I don't think. Alright,
Probably a
tasted it.
little.
Very
Probably a
matter
little
of fact.
Are the candies wrapped, or are they just like loose candies?
They'd be loose.
I'll just take out like a butterscotch or something, get and stick it to his forehead.
Thank you. This is for the dragon for whenever he wants something sweet.
Okay.
Well, just as we're traveling.
It's like tying a pork chop around your neck so the dog will play with you.
Yeah.
Seems
Except
close.
I pull out the peanut butter.
No.
We just hear from the sky like a dog trying to lick peanut butter off the top of its mouth.
Oh man.
So how many times does is it Ryu or Ryu?
Rio.
Sorry.
Er,
Ryu.
wait. Rio.
Rio, excuse me. Wow. I'm
Like
just
the-
thinking
We both fucked it up. It's fine.
Like the location.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Street Fighter. Yeah. How many times does he use the mage hand to flick it off his forehead?
Well, it lasts for a minute.
So you just keep
So-
doing it for a minute.
Yeah, until you know,
Until
it gets
I-
eaten. Until it gets eaten, or Val does something to try to stop me.
Until I stick it to my staff and Eldritch Blast it to you.
All right, hold on. We can play catch. Where's my spell list?
I get out of the way.
Oh man.
Come on. We're supposed to meet Wolfgar.
I'll Ray of Frost it back.
Don't underestimate my ability to kill myself and take
As per
everyone with me.
usual, this is taking a turn.
I cast Shatter, centered on myself.
No.
Sickening Radiance centered on myself.
All right, what's my turn?
No, we're
Storm
not doing
Sphere.
this. We need to go to Burv. Let's go. I start walking.
I've heard several damaging spells listed out, and I haven't heard any damage being.
Mhm.
One moment. That's 4d10.
Oh.
Wait, what are we doing?
You
No.
you cast
No.
damaging spells
No,
on one
I'm
another. I
not.
need some damage rolls.
Oh, okay. One
The
moment.
only thing that I was serious about was attempting to Ray of Frost to the candy back to Val after he Eldritch Blasted it at me.
32 radiant damage. Anyway, we're not doing that. We're leaving.
Okay.
At least I'm not. I don't know about Rio.
Okay, so since none of that apparently
Shatter
happened,
everyone.
maybe like 4 or 5 minutes after Ryu's mage hand goes away, a second mage hand appears, and it's got like clawed fingers, and it flicks the candy off of Val's head
Oh, so now it thinks it's cute.
and then disappears.
Oh, that is kind of cute.
I'm gonna recast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna pick the candy up and I'm gonna put it back on Val's head.
Mm. I dare you to thumb wrestle my mage hand.
We can do this while we're moving, right?
Yeah,
I
you're.
hope we are.
Okay.
This is all happening in the like couple of hours that it takes you to get to Burp.
Okay.
You wanna thumb wrestle
DB.
Mage Hands?
DB
Yeah.
missed out on all the other fun. So
Do you
Yeah.
do you want to bet on it?
What are you trying to bet?
I have money.
I'll bet you 5 gold that my mage hand can beat your mage hand in a thumb wrestle.
Yeah, I'll take that bet. All right, Scott, you get to figure out how this works.
oh boy. Well,
Contested magic attack. Maybe?
you're both using mage hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mage hand
contested
can't
roll.
do more than 10 pounds. And since they're both mage hands, I guess we're gonna do a coin toss.
Oh.
Leave
Heads.
it up to the...
Heads I win, tails you lose.
No, I said heads.
Technically, he did call heads first.
All right. Yes.
Fuck. Oh, look at that.
What? Cheater. Sweet. I made 5 gold.
Fine. Whatever. I'm distracted anyway because there's a candy on my forehead.
Okay, so are we done with the fun sillies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
Oh goodness.
fun sillies are fun and silly. Just curious.
Never good at coin tosses. It always ended poorly with the deals with death.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't make games of chance against death, but yeah. So you guys arrive in Burv, and sort of be lying its position next to a desert. Basically all of the buildings here are made out of adobo. Lots of adobo buildings, and they're multi-storied, and they're tiered almost like square cakes. I'm sure you can picture that in your head. And I mean, complete with the little log pokey outy bits. I mean, it's straight up adobo houses.
It's cute. I like that.
Think of Arizona.
I really like that.
But it's not. The adobo's not as like bright red as Arizona adobo would be. This is much more subdued, like a kind of khaki color. Otherwise, yeah, basically the same. And there's lots of these buildings, and it's pretty. It's pretty like a busy little town. Like it's not huge, but it's a well, I guess it is pretty big. It's not as big as Turgeron, but it's bigger than Ardania.
Okay.
It's roughly Cirencester sized.
Uh-oh.
I think we're gonna need a
Pre-crater.
clarification. Pre or post crater?
Pre-crater.
We just
Definitely pre-crater.
walk up
Wait.
on a giant crater.
Have we taken any packages from anyone on our travels?
No.
Has anyone
Nope.
approached
I
us?
hope not.
Nope.
Fine, Gabriel's got them.
Have we left our bags unattended at any point?
Maybe.
Did you call TSA?
Well,
Actually, have any of you checked?
Oh, God.
I'll check my bag.
yes.
Considering I own almost nothing.
I'd assume that we would have kind of checked when we put all of our gold and stuff back, or we got pranked.
Yeah, I meant like recently,
Okay.
like today.
I checked my bag today.
Okay.
Just looking around in there. Vile's eyeballs still in there. Slime.
Yeah. Who else? Anybody? Anybody else checking their bag?
I'll
Yeah.
check my bag
I'll look through my bag, too.
just to make sure that everything's there before I go into town, because that makes sense. Actually, I think I would before I got off the cart, just to make sure I hadn't dropped anything or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you probably like unpack stuff, and maybe you
Yeah.
want to make sure you losing your iPhone charger is a pain in the ass.
Do I still
Tell
have
me about
Cassie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Val, all of your items are still there as you left them, and there are no new items. Gidget, you open up your bag, and you see a package in there that it looks exactly like the one from before.
Okay.
I throw it.
No.
As soon as you touch it, it vanishes.
Little shit. I mean, what a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Can it
Read
read
our
her mind?
minds?
Yeah.
Wow. You guys literally said that in unison. Somebody owes somebody a soda.
I'll give her a soda.
You mean a pop?
God
A
damn.
soda. It's a soda.
Oh, we're from Michigan, so technically it's a pop. Anyway,
It's you. Well, you said soda, so you're a rebel.
well,
Is it
I'm a
too late to
continental
stop playing
type.
this campaign?
Raider.
In any
I
case,
cast Gust of Wind and blow Gidget out of the cart.
okay.
I'm
That's-
kidding.
Say that seems. I mean,
Rude, because you'd end up with the whole swarm of bees on your ass.
I'd
Uh,
shatter
Again.
them all.
I'm gonna just throw this out there because it's getting to be really commonplace and it's sort of a dangerous game you're playing. At some point, I'm gonna make you make these real. Like,
I'm
if you
not
keep
saying-
just saying I do this, and then you're like, no, really, I didn't. No, it's gonna happen.
Okay, that's fair.
I
If
didn't
you want to say
anything.
out of character, I do this maybe, but yeah, just fair warning. At some point, that shit's gonna happen.
Like, part of me wants to make a concerted effort to stop doing that, and part of me wants to see just win and what I do.
Don't do it.
Well, it should make
Look,
sense
that's
for your
the fucked up
character.
Shit I do to someone.
I'd like to go buy an 11-foot pole to poke the DM with.
I need an interdimensional 10-foot pole.
Need a panel of buttons to bush. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Burv, pretty big town. Probably about 30,000 people or so. Lots of these multi-storied buildings, and it's Burv is kind of built into sort of an oasis valley. It's on the edge of a forest, which is on the edge of a desert. It's kind of an in-between state. And so there are some trees, and there are some cacti, and there's everything in between that. But yeah, Burv is built in this sort of valley, and it's kind of a deep valley. The hills on either side are quite tall, and some of the buildings are even carved out of these hills, kind of rocky
Oh,
slopes. So
Hobbit
stony.
holes.
so is it
slopes.
like what's that city I'm thinking of? The one built into the side of a mountain.
There's many. There's Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah. It's sort of Valley of Kings-ish in Egypt. Anyone's familiar with that?
Yeah.
And the what D&D session would be complete without a inadvertently phallic drawing?
Oh boy.
Inadvertently. Mm-hmm.
There's a mountain over here, kind of.
Well, we're off to a good start.
There's a mountain over here, kind of.
It's just a butt.
And the valley city is kind of in like in this, and then there's like shit poking out of the hills over in here and over in here and stuff. But there's like a great big sort of palace bridging the gap, and it's got like a big rounded top.
Then we have
Oh no.
Should be noted that you should probably be looking at it from the angle that I'm looking at it, but
there's a bulge here.
should probably not draw when I'm inebriated.
What
Yeah.
you meant to draw was
No.
Hmm.
Yeah, here's the city in the valley.
yeah.
Here are the birds.
Here's the I don't know, the trees on the mountains.
Sam, trying to find like an example image of what I mean because my drawing was not good. Nor was it clear. Uno momento, por
Then
favor.
wait a minute. Here are the clouds. Perfect.
Yeah, this is, yeah, it's like this, okay. Oh, it's like a copyrighted image. Well, it's for D&D, so who cares? it's kind of like this image here.
Beep beep boop.
Let's see here. Oops.
Here, let's do it this way. Oh, good, and it kicked me from tabletop as well. Fantastic.
That's how you know it's working.
Don't judge
Why am I
me.
so technical every time I do something? Just trying to make up for
It's probably
very bad drawing. Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay. Here we go. Wondering why everything is. It was failing because I was uploading it the whole time. So there we go.
Oh,
It's a bit like that. But obviously not as green. And more shit in the hills, and just a lot more full than that. It's got sort of a, what was it, Agrabah from Aladdin. It's got kind of that vibe to it.
oh okay.
Size-wise. Agrabah? I don't know how to pronounce that town. It's been a long time since I've seen Aladdin.
Sure, just Agrabah.
Agrabah sounds good. Yeah. So that's kind of what it looks like. The smell of like spices is really strong in the air too. Like, as you enter town, like many, well, I guess city. As you enter the city, like many other cities you've been to, the area immediately surrounding the opening gate is like loaded with market stalls. Most of it, you know, from living in this world quite a while, is like overpriced. Like it's really overpriced, kind of preying on the stupid that come into town real early. But sort of intermingling in these stands of, I mean, it's basically junk, right? They're like tourist shops, junk shops. But in between there's a lot of people cooking, and they're cooking on these grills. Oh boy, let's do another great drawing. Because I like to be detailed. I'm painting a world here.
Are there supposed to be drawings
Draw it. Where?
on the board?
Which ones?
The
Some writing.
okay, because yeah, I don't see anything.
We were erasing stuff.
DB.
what?
Bad.
So over
What?
here, I'm just gonna draw it. There's
Okay.
like fire, right? There's like a fire there, and then there's like these hoop terracotta stovey oven deals. They kind of look like half of a barrel.
Oh,
Over
I
the
don't
fire?
even even see your hand. This is creepy.
It's just a pen. Yeah, and there's like
Pen.
fire
I'm
inside of
spooked.
it. If that makes it. It's like a hollow tube. It's like half of a barrel, with the ends cut off. If that makes sense.
Okay.
But it's made out of like clay, and there's a fire in the hollow part. And there's people cooking things on these. Lots of like really brightly colored meats, seasoned meats, and they smell strongly of various spices. There's also people cooking like bread, like unleavened bread, kind of like pita on there. Smells real good.
Cooking on the domed surface or like inside fire?
On the domed surface.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a big old curved griddle. And
Kind of like a
the,
10-door oven that's been the other way.
Right. Yeah. You're using the inverse of it instead of the inside. Yep. Very similar to that. And there's like little troughs carved on the ground underneath these, and the grease and stuff from the meat kind of flows through them and then into the fire where it burns. If good and efficient. Though it does smell of burning grease a bit. That's probably pretty well masked by the nice smell of cooking various meats. It's kind of difficult to tell what the meat might be, just because it's been so heavily marinated into like strips. But yeah, there's a lot of these little things cooking food, and it smells really nice. Sort of trying to set a, get all your senses involved. But yeah, lots of like carpets hanging and people selling like novelty lamps and pottery,
Salt lamps?
salt lamps.
Salt lamps.
No, there's no light bulbs.
I'd like a Himalayan salt lamp.
I was thinking more like an oil lamp, like
Yeah.
yeah, and like candle holders and lanterns with regional sort of patterns carved into them for the light to come out. You get the idea.
Can I please get a Burv t-shirt? Do they have those?
They probably do somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Ulfgar.
I'm trying to get that sweet merch
Yeah.
He was in hell.
representing Burv.
I'm gonna stay with everyone until they find their friend, and then I'm gonna go try to find my uncle.
Okay.
Well, you guys never really set a meeting location aside from just the city of Burv.
Right.
Oh, right. Rendezvous in Town Square.
Out of character, we could go to like probably anywhere and ask for the blue-haired dwarf, and they might be able to point us in the right direction.
You seen
Yeah.
a strange dwarf around here?
Yeah, like go to all of the bars and say, "Have you seen a blue-haired dwarf?"
We probably
And we'll
Right,
probably find him within an hour.
in
I
the
feel
first
like an
Around
inn.
here with like dead eyes and just a really blue beard.
looks like he's been to hell and back.
Haha. Really though.
Hilarious.
Sure are.
Well, I try. I am famous after all.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely an option though. You could do that.
Or you could just send him a message.
Yeah? If you want me to.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, I can send a message.
There's like a town square. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
probably. Yeah. I mean, there
Like-
should be. It's a town.
Rendezvous in town square.
Or we could ask him. He might be more familiar with this area than we are.
Okay.
How long has Ulfgar been in town?
Ulfgar's been in town for about 2 or 3 days.
Like I said, go to one of the bars. Ask for the blue one.
Follow the blue hair.
Wow.
That's what
In
I said.
character, I've never been here, and I'll follow you guys.
I send him. We're in Burv. Where do you want to meet up?
Taco Bell.
All these delicious sounding foods you just
Meet
described.
me at the
And then
ice
there's a
cream
Taco
truck.
Bell.
He's munching on like a Crunchwrap Supreme when we get in there.
God.
Yes, I personally prefer Zantigos.
I don't know what
It's
that
what-
is.
It is the predecessor to Taco Bell before Taco Bell.
Oh
They
my.
can't afford a Taco Bell here, so we just have Qdoba.
Wow.
I'd probably. I take it I'm staying in some kind of inn. I'd probably just. Here at. Name of an inn. Staying at.
Boy, that's a good question.
He actually says that in the message. He's real confused.
Great.
What's the name of the inns here? One of those. Whichever name's
Coming back from
Honestly-
hell's like coming back from space. It just fucks you up.
I'm staying at the El Pastor.
In hell.
Oh,
I don't know why that's funny.
Me neither.
oh man. El Pastor is a kind of taco.
Oh,
It's a type of meat.
Well, yeah, it means of the pasture, essentially. I usually
Oh.
eat it on tacos. It's like seasoned sheep meat or goat meat, depending on where you get it.
Oh,
Or
mutton?
sometimes just pork with the real sheep.
let's see here.
If Ulfgar's staying on an El Pastor place, then I'm fucking down.
Mm.
Because
Oh, yeah,
El Pastor or anything is delicious.
What's the makeup of like the races here?
It's like, that's a good question.
They're all gnomes and they just stare.
It's let me think. It's gonna be a lot of humans. There's probably gonna be quite a few elves sort of mixed in. They're kind of funny looking elves, but they're elves. And there's also going to be a pretty decent amount of dwarves here, actually. Quite a few. The desert holds many riches, and dwarves are all about that shit.
Yeah.
Funny looking elves like Val funny or.
Ho. Got him.
Wow.
Damn.
No, funny. They have really kind of pale hair, really golden hair. Elves typically don't. And
Are
they
they
have very
sun elves?
bronze skin.
They're sun elves, aren't they? Ugh.
I'm a moon elf.
Yeah, well. Ugh.
Stark contrast.
Let's see. You would probably be staying at the Windy Sword.
No comment.
Damn.
Ulfgar, follow the thunder and earthquakes.
I cast Shatter.
No.
Something a little bit more sensory, not
Oh, okay, sorry.
damaging.
That gives me PTSD.
Well, he said follow the thunder.
Not damaging thunder.
Well, I would relay what Ulfgar said to everyone.
All right.
So we're looking for the Windy Sword Inn.
The Windy Sword Inn.
Look at Rio.
Is there? So, I go up to the nearest person that is a resident, the nearest sun elf, assumably sun elves.
Okay, so you're targeting an elf. I see. Okay.
Yes, I'm going up to the elf.
It's racially profiling.
I am, and I'm gonna speak Elvish to him. You know,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, do you know where the Windy Sword Inn is?
He looks at you sort of with like a confused look. And then he kind of puts up his finger and rubs his chin in sort of a pondery way. And in a really heavy accent, in really heavily accented Elvish, he replies, to the north end of town.
What kind of accent does it sound like?
Boy, that's a good question, because it's in Elvish. and
Right.
it's
Well-
sort of an Elvish accent, but it's like it just doesn't sound right. Be like if someone who normally speaks Creole spoke English, that really strong, like aggressively Creole accent that you can almost not understand what they're saying. It's like that,
Okay.
where it's still Elvish, but it's like what? You
The
know what I mean?
what? Yeah.
Um. and does it sound like anything I've ever heard before? Being a sailor and whatnot, meeting lots of people.
I mean,
I'm
you've
intrigued.
probably met people from this region, so
Okay.
probably.
Well,
yeah.
regardless, we don't need to examine the languages or the
Yeah, it's
local
not
dialect.
important. It's not
Let's-
important. I was just curious.
The north end of town.
To the north with our windy swords.
Eh,
I don't get the innuendo.
I think,
Really?
If your sword's windy, you've got a bigger problem, I think.
yeah, put some pants on.
Well, it's less like my sword is windy and more like there's wind on my sword
Okay.
because it's bare.
You should
yeah,
try wearing a kilt.
There you go.
I mean, according to Scott, I already wear a dress.
Very.
I wear a dress too, but I also wear like bloomers and a slip, so
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
it's
decent.
It's just all nude under this robe.
God.
Wow.
Well, everybody's naked under their clothes.
Right, but there's just nothing. It's just robe and then thinker.
Okay.
And
All right.
apparently really tall boots.
I'm already.
Well, no, you've got a
Yeah.
skirt and then like a overcoat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That's all one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a dress and then like a petticoat.
Petticoats.
I'm
What
already.
a well-dressed lady you are.
And then half elf dick.
All right.
I'm already like at the windy sword as we're talking about this.
Yeah, you are.
I was the first one to
Wow.
meet up with Elfgar, and we've been having a conversation for
No.
about an hour now.
You're not robbing us of this.
Well,
Of our meeting with Ulfgar.
Wow.
wow. I'm not
yeah.
good enough to meet up with Elfgar.
Yeah. He went there. Okay, Wendy. Yeah. So you travel north, and you probably ask a few more people for kind of general directions, and most people are helpful, and they kind of guide you in the correct direction. And after, I don't know, about 15-20 minutes of traveling through the city, towards its center, the north, you find yourselves in the presence of a rather large 3-story adobe building. This one, previously the buildings had been stacked with like much smaller floors on top of a fairly large one. This one's pretty uniform. It's 3 layers, and the levels are all roughly the same size. There's a clear break in them, but yeah, it's
Cool.
pretty similar size. And hanging out in front of it is a rather large sign depicting sort of a wavy sword, and under it, of course, says the Windy Sword. And it's there's a great big red door, and it's a double door, and one of the doors is open. You can hear people chattering and having a great time inside.
Well, just to be dramatic, I flick my wrist and open the other door.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
For thaumaturgy?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
The guy
They
propped
might-
up behind the door.
They might not like magic here in this town. That's 21.
Yeah.
21.
Several of the people notice and look your way, slightly confused, as you enter.
Good.
With your chin high after throwing that door open.
Do we see Ulfgar in the general vicinity?
Yeah, the inn, it's really more of like a tavern. And it's really big. There's actually 2 bars in this this bottom floor. They run along parallel walls. In the middle is about 24 tables with about 6 chairs each, roughly. Some don't have 6, but most do. And there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people in here. It's pretty booming. But yeah, sure enough, towards the back you see the unmistakable neon blue of Ulfgar's beard.
I run up to him.
Roll a dexterity check.
While she's falling on her face, I'm gonna go get
Nope.
drinks for everybody.
Not falling. I got a 17. Thank you.
Yeah, so you kind of bump into a few people, but for the most part, you kind of weave through the legs of all these much taller people, avoiding the people who are also wearing robes or skirts, because you're just gonna get stuck. But yeah, you make your way and you get to Ulfgar.
We hear a thud as Gidget hits the ground.
It's like when a little kid runs at a tennis net, not knowing
Yeah.
that nets stop you.
We just hear thump, 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 boom.
Air can move through it. Why can't I?
Yeah, sproing.
Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna pretend I'm not with them as I nonchalantly walk over to Ulfgar.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and go, Gidget!
And then I want to splash my holy water in his face.
Wow, rude. Barry's there too. He's there.
No.
He's right with. He keeps up with everybody.
I'm gonna give the barkeep like 5 gold and indicate our party and ask them to keep giving us drinks until we're out of a tab.
Okay.
Yeah, so I splashed my holy water on him. I really wanted to hug him, but I had to be sure he's not evil.
He gets wet.
Saying that, I'm gonna hug him. Big ol' hug.
Oh, and you're all wet now.
Yep. Just dripping.
That's probably his, like, beard.
Yeah, I'll kind of like pick Gidget up and toss her.
What?
Just against the wall.
Like straight up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Oh,
You know, like you would a kid who's run at you. Looking for a
Throw
hug.
her out the door.
I thought you were
Like
just
a-
gonna yeet Gidget out the door.
Like a confused person with a mouse.
This bit's empty.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh.
you toss her in the air.
Oh, man.
She jingles with all of her many metal things.
And jiggles.
Well,
I mean-
that's a given.
And probably giggles.
I
Oh,
do.
boy.
I do.
Jiggling and giggling. I'm gonna walk up and prestidigitate Ulfgar dry before I shake his hand and introduce myself.
Thank you. Ulfgar, and you would be.
Rio Fagellan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Uh,
I'm just with this group of people for a little bit.
I kind of put my hand up and go, careful, they're dangerous.
I noticed there was some business. Everybody was naked. There was some kind of dragon. I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
These guys.
Ulfgar's just gonna raise an eyebrow like, what have you guys been up to?
They're your friends, not mine. I'm glad you're alive and whatnot, but I mean, I got business I gotta take care of. Catch you guys later.
which interestingly is the same reaction Gabriel would have.
Mm,
What? What do you mean?
I'm just guessing.
Rude?
Well,
Well, I've
Yeah,
met
after-
Gabriel though, so
Yeah, I know.
I'd make a crack about how was that window.
Damn.
Mhm.
I
Uh,
wonder if Gabriel would be like, okay, everybody, I gotta go see a man about a window.
wow.
I just carry a window around in case I need to.
On that note, I am gonna go secure a room for the night and then go meet my uncle and tell everyone that I'll meet him again in the morning and whatnot. And I'll go get that done and over with.
All right.
Oh, and Barry's here too, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barry's there too. Barry, why don't you introduce yourself to Ulfgar, Barry?
Hi, I'm
yeah.
Barry. I'm a gnome.
He's a bear.
He turned into a bear.
Oh, that's very cool. How does Gidget feel about that?
I know it's kind of.
Has Ulfgar always talked like that? Or...
I have to do something because I got two cats.
Can he always talk like that?
And this is why character voices are important, people. You never know when you're gonna have to talk to yourself.
That's a good point.
You should hear Ulfgar's inner monologue.
Oh boy.
I
Yeah,
would
it's
love to.
kind of weird, but he's really been really friendly and helpful. Even if he is a bear sometimes.
Well, thank you for helping get them all here safely, Barry. Not a problem.
Hello.
I love the little delay between it too.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Like
It just
Omega,
makes it
like,
real.
running over to the other
Oh man, I love it.
Oh man.
It's the switching between the voices that kills you.
Yeah.
We get rid of Barry by Ulfgar eating him across the room.
It's morning time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go do the business with my uncle, and then I'm gonna come back in the afternoon and meet up with everybody and see
Okay.
next morning.
Afternoon.
Probably a little bit after lunchtime.
Right, right.
Well,
Gotta,
that gives
you know.
everyone lots of time to role play. Then I guess.
Yeah.
So Ulfgar, are you okay? Like mentally?
Well,
So blunt.
What?
You
I
can't
mean-
just ask people why they're white.
I it's just an innocent question. There might be care there too.
Oh.
hmm.
Odd question
Oh,
coming from someone like you, but
Damn. I got zero chill.
That's fair. I'll take it.
I mean, I still hear screaming when I dream, so and I don't sleep well
Well,
at all.
I mean, you've literally been through hell. So
You think you got it bad? You should see what Gabriel's having to endure right now. Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
You guys are gonna have to hear so much about that.
There's
So
some screaming involved there too.
Yeah, but that's just because of Prison Boyfriend week.
All right. Ulfgar, I'm so sorry it took us so long, and how did you get out?
Well, have I thought any more on this? About who she was, such my travels.
That is entirely up to you, sir.
out of the heart.
Probably. You go necessarily making deals with the devil and not try to figure out who they are.
Right.
I made a deal with the Drow Queen, and she got me out, and I've got to go.
Well, a Drow Queen.
A Drow Queen. Do I know if there's more than one?
Yeah.
Oh. Do I know which one
No.
I made the deal with? Oh wow. With the one who made the swords, though, right?
Maybe.
Well,
Excuse me, what? You did what?
You did what to who and whose mashed potatoes?
Is your soul still intact?
is yours?
That's another
Oh.
question for another time, but you made a deal to get out of hell.
Got him.
There was no talk of exchange of souls. It's not a paper contract or anything like that.
So, okay. So, a big, mysterious figure in hell.
Who was also trapped in hell.
So, there was no talk about her end?
To go find the sword that controls the other three.
Oh. Was there any direction at all for that?
No.
Okay. Great. At least it'll
Well,
be interesting.
Well,
We
have
can
I?
worry about that later, right? I'm so glad to see you again.
Out of curiosity, have I had any more dreams, well, nightmares, about the queen and mysterious hooded figure and
Yeah, you've had a few. But it's basically that same dream repeating, just variations of the same deal.
have I gotten any actual sleep?
Very little.
Oh.
Basically just enough to prevent exhaustion from setting in.
Maybe Ulfgar, you and I are more alike than we think.
Oh, heaven help me.
No, I sure hope not.
Maniacal laughter.
And then I did get a new brand on my chest.
Oh,
A brand.
Yeah. It's a red eyeball.
a what? An eyeball?
Yeah.
Can I wait? Okay. We're gonna have to go somewhere, and I need to see that.
But I'd like to find out what the symbol means.
What? Can I? Well, you already have magical items on you, so I don't know if I tried to detect magic, there would be like a magic aura coming off of it.
Are you detecting magic?
Well, can it differentiate between the magical items on him?
Potentially.
I'll do it later when we're out of like the big crowded area.
Yes.
Well, which is where we should probably talk about things instead of being in a big crowded area.
It's probably for the best.
If everyone's agreeable, because yeah,
And yeah, do you guys have rooms?
no,
Not yet, no.
we should probably go do that. I'll try to secure a room.
Yeah, I would have gotten rooms for you guys, but I didn't know when you'd arrive.
Yeah, that's okay.
And who has the swords?
Gidget.
Do I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because you got him from. We got him from the guard, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll Oh, here. I have them, but
If I could have those back, that'd be appreciated.
My precious.
Precious.
I kind of hesitate giving them to him.
Will there be any kind of reaction? With the eye, I mean?
Ulfgar's evil.
I give him one at a time. I give him
Evil.
I give him one of them and wait and see what happens, if anything.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's perfect. Yeah, you give him which one do you give him?
Oh boy, which two were they? For some reason, I did not put them in my action.
C and break.
I'll give him C first.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Ah.
Let me do it. Yeah, no. You give him the sword, and he takes it, and nothing seems to happen. Good, bad, or indifferent.
All right.
Does Ulfgar still have whoosh and tear?
Yes, he does.
In my belt, with a broken bag.
Feel free to ask him how he maintained those in hell, because it's quite a tale. It's not so much quite a tale, but it's very impressive.
My arms are just ripped and like 3 inches bigger than they were.
He hid them in his rectum.
His arms and legs are very similar in size at this point.
Yeah. Just literal tree trunks. All right, I give him the other one.
As he grips the handle of
Do I get laser eyes?
The whole city explodes and turns into black glass.
I want to hear this.
Very, very quickly, sort of like a wave crashing upon a shore. From his fingertips, like backwards, as though he's being scanned or something, he begins to sort of turn ashy, should be how you do it. And there's a hard line between where his normal flesh is and this new ashy flesh. And it's sort of faintly glowing. It's almost like someone's sucking down a cigarette real fast. That's kind of what it looks like.
Oh.
Sort of, he kind of freezes in place as soon as he grabs it. His face kind of goes into sort of a mixture of shock and terror.
Oh.
And he quickly begins that quickly begins to happen. Basically this takes just long enough for everyone to be like shocked and like gasp. There's an audible gasp.
Yeah, the face he got when he saw Cassie.
And sort of as you start to react to it, like start moving, is when it reverses. It fades. It's the same kind of deal. There's that hard orange line that goes up from his fingertips to the rest of him, but it's back to Ulfgar, and on Ulfgar's end of things, something completely different happens. And that's what happens to Ulfgar. Ulfgar sees it. You guys don't, but Ulfgar knows what happened to Ulfgar. But yeah, no. Then he's back and he's there again. It's no longer ashy.
Okay. Are you all right?
Yes, but I'm reading.
Oh,
Alright. Could we take a quick bathroom break?
That works for me. Perfect timing. I was even gonna suggest that. I'm glad you did.
Okay, cool.
all right.
BRB. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
WB.
Thank you very much.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Why? Thank you. I don't know if you're aware, Omega, but when I opened up the stream a few minutes ago, I could not hear the call audio.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you hear it now?
If you give me a minute to open up the stream, I will let you know.
Oh boy.
I mean, Crow hasn't said anything.
Hmm.
Okay.
It might have just been my phone, but I mean, I could hear you just fine.
Maybe you guys talk louder.
Oh. Nope, I could hear it when I opened it up just now. So, don't pay
Let's-
attention to me. I'm an idiot.
Let's scream.
Yeah. Ah!
Ah!
Oh,
Alright.
what we all have on the inside.
Hmm.
Eyes.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
More eyes. Ulfgar has more eyes.
He sure does.
Just
He's a
one.
Triclops.
Well,
Why?
one is more than two. Wait,
One is more than two.
That's,
Wait.
Wow.
that's What's Val?
Try.
That's just
Try.
Val talking. Val's losing it. Don't pay attention.
Anytime you can't just claim that you're in character anytime you say something stupid.
Yes, I can. If it sounds crazy, I absolutely can. Scott?
Oh, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. Whether or not we believe it is totally up to us.
Yeah. See? I just have to trick Scott into saying something and make it canon.
Good luck with that.
Oh,
Oh no.
Right.
There we go. That's for
I'm
Scott
up,
to
yeah.
enjoy.
You fucking do.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you should always.
Thank you for quoting me. Can we make that
So-
the description of
No.
the tabletop?
No,
So,
because it wouldn't make sense to anyone else.
Is Ulfgar evil now? Is that what happened?
Barry has a vial of holy water. I didn't make more, so he wants to throw it on Ulfgar. Seems like a waste of 25 gold, though.
Demonic possession.
Here we go. Burst back into the cabin with a vial of holy water.
He doesn't even have any.
I sensed a
That you know
disturbance
of.
before.
You don't have his character sheet.
That's true.
He might have the acolyte background and also bought holy water.
Oh, snap.
He's 100% sailor.
He's a seaman.
Yeah.
A seaman?
Nothing but seamen over in these parts.
A seaman demon?
Big fan of
Alright.
submarines. Long and hard and full of semen.
Yep.
Mhm.
And covered in barnacles.
The screaming seaman demon.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
channel description has been changed.
Hell yes. Yeah, it's called Getting My Shit Together.
Oh. Are we ready again?
Oh
I
yeah.
hope so.
Wolfgar's gonna look quite shaken. And probably like sweating and nervous looking, nostrils flaring a little bit. I was back in hell for a moment. Did you guys see that?
See what?
Yeah.
All the gray skin and the ashiness? Yeah?
No. The Drow Queen.
The what?
Excuse me?
Well... Got true sight. The Drow Queen. No, we didn't. She wasn't here. You just looked super dead for a second.
Oh, she told me, I'm gonna take a big old swig of whatever I had in tankard. She told me I had gathered the spine and it was time to go find the head. She says an acquaintance holds the head.
An acquaintance?
An acquaintance.
We're talking
It's
her
fucking
acquaintance?
Jimmy.
Or
It's gotta be Jimmy.
it's... I doubt it.
It would
Gotta
be
be
someone
Jimmy.
I know.
It's gotta be Jimmy.
She didn't So nothing, but
Straight
Again,
up missed opportunity on my part.
no more direction. She's really vague.
She said he was heading towards Brookhaven. Does anyone know where that is?
Let me consult the map.
It's in Ord, right? Yeah. No. Oops. No, that's like the. Yeah, it is in Ord.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. It is,
I was
yeah.
right. I was looking at the wrong. I thought
It's
I
in the
thought I was
south
looking at
of Ord.
when I was looking at Garnus, but I was looking at Garnus and not Ord. So
Totally understandable. Easy mistake to make.
I mean,
Anyway.
Brookhaven sounds like a Garnus name. I mean,
It
It
does.
You know, Brookhaven, Wigstaff.
Sirenchester. Anyway.
Garnier.
Wow.
How I'm gonna pronounce it.
Fructis.
Just Frutis.
she said that the false leader has her sword and my freedom.
The false leader.
Wait. Okay. So you. So it's a good idea to go get her the swords.
Well, if I want my freedom, yes.
False leader.
Well, it has to be the regent, right?
That's what I was thinking, but
False leader.
maybe.
I'm gonna bet 100 gold that it's the regent.
But isn't the regent like he fled or something, didn't he? No one can find him.
Yeah, and I think a powerful entity in hell might be able to spot him, especially if he has something that she wants.
But what happens when you get all the swords together? That can't be good.
Well, I mean, let's
Look at
find
what
out.
Terror does. It's horrible.
Well, then I face the consequences of my actions and the deal I made.
Mm.
I only took the deal so that you guys wouldn't have to come to hell to try to save me for my mistake.
Oh.
Wow.
Gidget's whimpering in her seat.
Convincing as hell.
Well, oh fuck.
Did we just find a really good cliffhanger to leave it on? Is that what we found?
No.
No. We can get more done.
I'm gonna like nonchalantly like
Uh-oh.
Do you do anything nonchalantly ever?
Charisma roll. Charisma roll.
You have a charisma of how high? How can you ever do anything nonchalantly? Your charisma is so high, everyone's gonna notice. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, look at that guy do that thing, all acting nonchalant and stuff."
okay, well I was just gonna go up, not like trying to get his attention, just like get up close to Ulfgar, maybe sit down in a seat next to him, maybe while like he's talking to Gidget or something, while he's not looking.
So you're gonna creep up on him, is what you're saying. You wanna
I
creep
wanna-
up on him.
I'm
I'm gonna need a stealth check,
Okay.
but I'm gonna need a perception check.
I think you're gonna beat it.
Actually, we'll use your passive because that seems fair.
I think you're gonna beat it.
10.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I got an 11.
well, there you go. You just barely sneak up without him noticing.
I'm just gonna unravel the hell piece I have,
Mhm.
just to see if it's not like some big deal. I'm just trying to see if there's any reaction
Just
from
more
him.
valiant science.
Yes, from him or the piece of hell.
There isn't one.
Okay, well I'm gonna put it closer, Just-
Okay.
like just enough so it's not touching him, but like really
Gonna
close.
need another stealth check then.
Damn it! It was almost a natural 20. That's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, I think you noticed.
What are you doing, Val?
Also, well, I was gonna say at first, I was gonna say you probably don't know what that is, but then again, you should probably know what that is.
You probably recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know what? I know what it's made out of. Don't
No.
I just
You
know it's
don't
not
know what
metal.
it's made out of.
Oh.
You probably don't even know that it. Well, yeah, you're a dwarf. You probably know that it's not metal.
We discussed it. I watched part of the Wolfgar adventure.
Oh, okay.
Because you said there's no metal except for what I've got on me and possibly the gold.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely know that it's not metal.
Where did you get that, Val?
Val starts laughing, like really uncontrollably.
I just burst. I just start sobbing. Just putting my hand over my mouth because I'm afraid to talk.
I want to insight check the group.
It's a long story. We'll tell you. We'll tell you later when we're not being seen or heard. By anyone.
Where did you get that, Val?
Where do you think?
Well, I know where it comes from.
So do I. So I think we're at a little bit of a knowledge intersection here.
A knowledge intersection.
That's a 21 for insight.
Oh.
Well, it's very clear that something is up.
Like I said, it's a long story, and we'll tell you when we're not being watched or listened to. It involves us trying to get you out of hell.
Wolfgar's gonna look at Barry, and then he's gonna look at Gidget.
Yeah, how does Barry react?
I mean, he doesn't know Wolfgar. So... I mean... Oh, yeah. Nervous because of the circumstances in which they came across it. Or were allowed to have it. But yeah, he owes Wolfgar no explanation. I don't think he'd feel like he owes him anything. I mean, the people of Sirenchester, yes. But...
Yeah. Okay.
I think Wolfgar would definitely turn his attention towards Gidget and go, "What did you guys do?"
It just...
Knowing that she's probably the one to break.
I
How dare
keep
you?
my hands over my mouth and just shake my head. Still crying.
Oh.
She's basically just Dobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up again and put it back in my bag.
This is what
Listen.
happens when you use science.
Yeah. Well, science is good.
Well,
to be-
careless science isn't, though.
Well, I wasn't. There was no like apocalyptic scenarios in which that this experiment could result in. I'm pretty sure. I sort
I can see it ending horribly.
Well, I don't know. He grabbed his sword and he turned to ash. So,
I mean, if something strange or weird did happen, I would like that.
I mean, out of character, I'd love to see what happens if Ulfgar touches it.
That's what I wanted to know, but I didn't want to touch him to it. Touch it to him.
well, to answer that question, first I have to anyone else touched it with their bare hand.
No, I was
No.
kicking it like let my hand under the wraps. You know, when you're trying to like hold a muffin with a napkin.
Right. And even before that, nobody's touched it with their bare hands?
I don't think so. I think we've always like,
Not
been
trying to.
pretty careful with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess no one would really know if it's out of the ordinary, but it does burn Ulfgar a little bit.
Like touching him?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, sorry you had to live that little piece of hell.
Wow. Good warning.
Just like stick it into my neck. Is that what you just did?
Just like yeah.
No, stop! What are you doing?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm not gonna like just throw it up against his neck like some crucifix. It burns.
The power of hell compels you.
No. Just kind of like a poke.
I will leave no good uncorrupted.
I mean, you guys want an evil Ulfgar, right?
So, okay. Well, I'm gonna wrap that back up and put it in my bag. Can you heal him? Or maybe I can put some horse slime on it that'll keep it disinfected. I don't know.
I'll heal him.
Yeah. Just disinfectant slime.
Well, at this point, he's just throwing shit up against the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay, that's early science for you, baby.
Kind of like Ulfgar did with Gidget.
Yeah, primitive science.
Wow.
One of these
Not
days,
primitive
something's gonna
science,
happen.
it's reckless abandon.
I mean, look at what Gidget did. That's science right there.
Let's not speak about that yet. I give Ulfar 10 HP just because that's just how much it is now.
I like that Cassie is just your sort of your gold standard of science.
Well,
Like,
there's
we cured
nothing.
polio. Fuck that, Cassie.
No, she's look. She's well, yes. For who I am, yes, she's the golden standard.
Where is Cassie at the moment?
In my bag, hidden away because it's daytime.
Because it's daytime.
Well,
Don't-
you know.
So Ulfgar hasn't seen Cassie yet.
No.
I imagine Gidget's probably gonna keep Cassie hidden for as long as she can.
Well, I did have a dream the other night in real life that Gidget destroyed Cassie.
I'm telling you, man, Gidget's evil.
No, she's not.
can-
She made
you
holy
can-
water.
You
That's
can
not.
see it in her evil little yellow eyes.
And it was like premeditated too. Like she had plans.
Alright, you know what? Ulfgar's the one that just came back from hell. Why is Gidget's like
First,
goodness under.
first
No.
she cooks Horus in the frying pan.
That was a dream, and someone else gave her the drugs that helped fuel those dreams.
So what we're getting is okay.
It was a bad trip, okay?
Yeah. I can still see her now. As
And-
the city is getting destroyed, she's rolling around in the grass, killing moths.
I'd like to think that Horus is like just as real in dreams as he is in reality. Like
What the
Wow.
he
fuck
actually
does that mean?
experienced that.
Oh,
Did you even read it?
Horus
Like he is
more,
like he is conscious in every dream that he is in. And he
quantum Horus?
experiences Yeah. Like
Uh,
I feel like Horus is just like this intradimensional being
He's
who exists everywhere.
yeah, he's Schrodinger's Horus. Slug. Everywhere and nowhere, all at once.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
Damn.
Thank you for making me feel worse.
Horus knows. He stays away from Gidget for a little
Oh.
Horus knows.
Oh.
bit. Horus, I think
Wow.
that's a good statement.
Poor Gidget. Just always getting shit on all the time.
Or Pepperidge Farm remembers.
She doesn't mean.
Horus remembers.
I don't know, Gidget getting punched in the face by some gay rainbow boy.
Ooh.
Little
Called
fuzz
smug.
on his lip. Yeah, calling me smug all the time.
Is this conversation actually happening?
No.
Is Ulfgar would just be like, what?
No, I'm still like crying, so.
I'm still crying. Classic D&D.
Damn.
Oh, so you've got your mouth covered in crying. Oh,
Yes.
I can work with that. Oh, Ulfgar's gonna turn to Barry and Val and go, what did you guys do?
I sort of like put my hands together and using minor illusion to make fire in front of me. I sort of throw my hands up as the fire shoots upward, and I create this big black ball in the front of me, and then slap it back together with my hands, and then I say, "Gone."
And Rio's standing right behind you.
No. Oh.
Oh, hello.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless it's afternoon time, then he's not standing behind you.
Okay.
If Scott wants to rule it, though, that we've been talking for hours, then
Boy. Hours. Seems a
then
little
I
long.
mean, we could say that Rio walks in right as you're miming, destroying his hometown and murdering his entire family.
What is gone is Ulfgar's response.
Yeah, Ulfgar needs context. I don't think he.
Well, that's the best way that Crazy Val can describe it without saying we destroyed a city.
I would take my hands off of my mouth. We didn't know.
No, Gidget, don't.
You
Not
didn't know what?
Not
Oh,
here.
God.
We need to go to a
my
private
God.
room. Do you have a room here, Ulfgar?
Of course.
Let's go to your room so we can talk more on this.
Okay. Yes, we'll leave the table and go up to my probably very small room with paper-thin walls, I'm sure.
Well, we'll talk low.
Well, no, it's on the 3rd floor. We'll talk high.
I liked it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Country boy, I love you.
Pop Molly, I'm sweating.
Alright.
What?
Wow.
Oh shit, I'm not a bard anymore. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we go up to my room and they can all sit in the room and I'm gonna stand by the door
Lit.
as Ulfgar.
Listen, always a good way to start it.
There's a lot has happened since you went to hell, obviously.
You're gonna want to sit down.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to sit down for this because you're just gonna stand right up when I offer you. Shamwell.
I still like crying. I take out the flagon of like the strongest mead my father's company makes. And I give it to Ulfgar. You might need this.
Mr. Clean can take out the this toughest of black craters.
This episode of Friday Night D&D is brought to you by.
I'm gonna put the bottle of mead on whatever flat table surface is available in the room. And then look at all 3 of them and go, what did you do?
Well,
What is gone?
oh,
And you did it to get me out of hell?
Iron Chester.
We were desperate. We knew we had to get you out as fast as we could.
Get it. So what is gone? That's a big question, right? It's one of life's toughest questions.
Big questions for big explosions.
Short answer. A capital city. Long answer. We made a deal with someone too. We went to, details. We got a package from somebody. I don't even have to mention that. Basically, how can I word this?
We didn't know what was in it.
So we had to get this, and I pull out the piece of hell, because we wanted to go to Phlegethos to get you. But to get this, we needed to deliver a package for some shady guy in Cirencester, which is the capital, or was the capital of Garnus. But there were nefarious and insidious purposes, and we don't know what happened, but the entire city blew up, imploded, and that's what happened. That's why Gidget's crying, because half of her family was there.
It's not just that. Everyone's gone. Rio's family's gone too.
Yeah, so don't mention it to Rio.
Just so I know.
If you could just keep us on the DL, that'd be aces, bud. Thanks.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't our fault. There was nothing to do with anything connected to any of us. We were all just used.
With that, Ulfgar's just gonna put up a hand, and he's gonna open the door, and he's gonna walk out and close the door behind him.
Huh. Well, at least we didn't mention that 20,000 people died.
I mean,
Could've
except for right
been.
there.
Well, he left.
Oh.
Since he left that meat on the table, I'm gonna take a swig of it.
There could have been only 10,000 people in the city. So he doesn't have quite the scale for it.
Wow.
I'm so happy.
What's wrong with you?
Because it's the reactions that are the best. Ulfgar was always very emotive.
He was never emotive.
I know.
Oh.
I guess. I mean, I'm
Do you
surprised-
still have that thing out, the evil thing from hell?
Yeah.
You
So,
can call it a penis, Jen. It's fine.
I was gonna wrap it up and put it back in my bag.
Um,
I think we should destroy that.
No, we shouldn't.
It's evil.
Nope, it's not. We shouldn't destroy it. We should keep it because it's valuable and from hell, and that's, well, it's from hell.
For once, I don't disagree with Val.
We can probably do something with it. So, just like everything I keep, it's there for a reason.
Barry's gonna look at Gidget and Val and go, "Well, that went well. Is this a normal reaction?"
Yeah,
Well, that
Ulfgar?
went well.
No.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll be all right. Give him a little bit of time. Give him a day or so. He'll be back. Slap back.
He's so disappointed in us, just like everyone else.
I mean,
Wow.
he made a deal in hell. He should-
Yeah,
So-
which concerned, himself.
Okay.
His own soul was the only thing at risk, not thousands of people.
Who knows?
I mean, it wasn't our fault though. Like,
what kind
We-
of catastrophic power
that was Jimmy.
could happen.
We need to take responsibility for our own foolishness.
I am, but this time, not me.
Who knows what could happen if a Drow Queen in hell gets the power of all the sword? I'm just saying, you know, I'm sure it's not for like, she's not just gonna get out of hell and go for a nice little day trip to the beach.
All I'm saying is I passed a note for someone in class. It's not my fault if they're dealing drugs, you know?
No, it just makes you an accessory.
Yeah.
An
Yeah, you were
accessory to
the
note
one who was,
passing.
you were the
Excuse
one
me.
who was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass the note.
Yeah, if you knowingly partake in an activity, that's
I didn't knowingly partake in an illegal activity, though. What I was doing to me was completely legal.
yeah, that still doesn't count. Johnny Law is not on your side on this one.
It might be slightly more lenient, but
It's a much gentler paddling,
I-
but it's still a paddling.
Can I just call, like, innocence out of ignorance?
No.
as I was once told
Ignorance
by
is
a
not
judge,
defense against the law.
yep, ignorance is not a defense against the law.
Well, we can say it is,
Unfortunately.
and as long as nobody calls us out on it, we're golden.
You see, the thing is like, we knew the law, But we weren't breaking. We were just delivering a package. Like that's not against the law.
Yeah, I mean,
You keep trying to convince yourself, but
the law
you know the
is
truth.
only there until it inconveniences us, and then we can just surpass it.
It's not about the law. It's like what
You
happened.
extinguished 20,000 lives.
I don't give a shit about the law.
I mean,
So
that's
many
right.
souls are lost.
You shouldn't. I mean, it's
Well,
lawful.
I mean, they're not lost. They're just not here anymore.
You shouldn't murder someone, right? That's against the law. So it is.
You murdered 20,000
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
but it's
killed 20,000.
My
still the-
conscience is at ease.
It's still the law, and if we knew it was the law, then it would still be inconveniencing us, and at that point, it doesn't matter anymore.
Anyways,
You're a monster.
Laws
So,
of convenience.
I've been
What's-
told that.
what's even happening in the game anymore?
I don't know. I think we've encountered a cliffhanger of Ulfgar leaving the room in apparent disgust.
Yeah.
Shock. It's more of shock than anything.
Shock and disappointment.
Oh, yeah, he'd be back and he has questions for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Probably 10 or 15 minutes would pass, and the door would open again.
Howdy.
And he marches in with Rio, who looks pissed.
That's up to
no.
That's up to
Can
Rio.
I-
I wouldn't
All
hit him.
right.
And
Is
then
there a
what?
window? Let's just leave.
You gonna Gabriel out of here?
We remember the pattern of or the pattern. What did I say?
Okay, it's on the
Paint.
third floor. We just
I
look
can
out the
move,
window
like,
and see
silently.
broken gadgets.
He's just like, I don't even need fucking feather fall. Goodbye, everybody.
we just hear a crack and we look down
Goodbye,
and see her with
cool
broken
world.
legs.
There's just a red splotch on the ground.
It's just the Minecraft fall damage noise.
Ooh.
Oh, the old one.
Oh man.
You're
That's
killing me.
Wow.
Killing me.
classic.
The door quietly closes and you hear that click. You know, the slow turnaround and so you took a package to deliver for a shady person,
Yeah, can we
and
get,
you didn't question his motives or look at the package or
can we get Ulfgar with like the praying or like his hands in front of his face and then he says, "Boy." I mean, he said he could get us to hell, so or get us this, which could get us to hell, so no.
We knew it was bad, but we didn't think it would be this bad.
We definitely it wasn't 20,000 people.
it was 20,000 people.
No, I just said it wasn't.
Well, how many people was it then? You seem to know the numbers.
Well, it was probably like 20,007 or something to that extent. It's a rough estimate. But hey, we're all here now. We're all together and happy and had nothing to do with the massacre.
I'm happy. I'm gonna go over to Val and I'm gonna turn his head towards Gizzard and go, "Yeah, she looks real happy, doesn't she?"
Well, when is she crying, you know?
When isn't she crying? That's
Wow.
so fair.
That's so harsh, but so true.
I mean, She could kill a fly and cry about it for the next day.
She probably would.
20,000 people, you monster!
Okay. Here's... we can't fix it. So...
Well, what are you gonna do to make it right?
Make it right. By who?
I mean, Jimmy,
cares?
you need to take care of Jimmy.
Nobody
Who
knows it
cares?
was us. Nobody knows it was us except for us and Jimmy.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
You know who else knows?
Who?
Kamaru.
Well, that's your cross.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sounds like a personal problem to me.
Yeah, it
Jesus
sounds
Christ.
like a Kamadu problem, if you ask me.
Wow.
God, Val is such a dick.
In the expansive, indifferent, uncaring universe, we're just little specks. That's 20,000 specks, maybe. I could step on the ground and crush 20,000 specks of dust mites.
Um,
No.
I've been to hell, and you've questioned the validity of my soul being intact.
No.
Is your soul still intact?
Who knows at this point? But I
Where's the
wasn't
piece
judging
of Hellrod?
in my bag.
Oh, I thought you still had it out, maybe.
No. I wrapped it up after Ulfgar left. I wasn't judging you. I was just curious as to the matter of fact, like, bluntness of whether your soul was still entirely yours or not.
I'm questioning if your soul is entirely yours, Val.
Well, I can tell you right now that it's not. I mean, look at me. Have you met me? Hey, I'm back. But again, we can't fix it. We can't go to hell and get all the souls back or wherever they went.
Have you tried?
No, why would I?
Just get a very stern stare from Ulfgar.
Well, our souls all belong to somebody else, but our minds are still our own, so we can keep that pretty airy and free without guilt.
How do you not feel guilt?
Because I didn't. I mean, because I don't. I didn't do it myself personally.
If anyone did it, it was Gabriel. He delivered the package.
Just out of curiosity, who was the one in the party who urged us to leave Siren Chester as soon as that package was delivered?
What are you insinuating?
Woo boys.
Woo. I just had the common sense to know that something bad might happen. I didn't know the entire city was destroyed. It was a shady fella who gave us a shady thing to deliver to a shady other person. Nothing good can come from that.
And do you think my soul was worth 20,000 people?
Well, yeah, you're you and they're them.
No, don't listen to him. We didn't know it was something bad at this kind of scale. I'm
You just
so
gotta think
sorry.
about it. Everybody else in the world and then me. And if you think about it that way, then you won't have any guilt for yourself. Because now you're the world.
That's selfish.
It may be selfish, but it's the only way to get by in life without crying every 20 minutes. So,
How smug does Val look at the moment?
Wow.
I don't
Is he about to get punched right in his smug little face?
Fucking punch him,
I don't
please.
look smug. This is all a
You
Oh,
sound
It's
sound
all-
really smug.
It's a point
Ulfgar
blank.
hits so much harder than Gabriel.
It's a point blank period conversation end. You know, for Val, it's like, duh. So is there a punch coming my way, or?
Yeah, there's a punch coming your way.
Oh,
I believe that is an 18 to hit.
Scott.
You'll hit me. That's a hit.
Oh, it's
Smug
unarmed.
little face. It's a D4, I think. Plus your modifier.
Oh, is he proficient in unarmed strikes?
Oh, yes,
I'm
he is.
proficient in everything.
Damn.
Except
It's
that
gonna be
damn
like
bow.
a sack
Proficient
tap.
in everything.
Don't you like a sack tap?
I know.
That's 6
Ouch.
damage.
Oh,
6?
6 damage.
Okay.
That's a pretty swollen face you got there, Val.
Ow! Uh, you come to expect it.
You can't claim to be the center of the world and then try to save someone from hell while being the center. You're contradicting yourself, Val.
I didn't say that I was the center of the world. I'm the center of my world. And if nobody else is in that, except for the people that I feel like I want to save from hell that day, then I don't care about them.
Yes, at this point, Ulfgar's done talking to Val. He looks towards Barry and Gidget and goes, "How are you going to fix this? How are you going to make this right?"
I really don't know, but I will spend the rest of my life trying to atone.
Waste of time.
You can cut whatever you want.
But it's respectable. It's a respectable waste of time.
Would Val respect it though? I feel like he wouldn't after all the bullshit he just talked. I don't think he would respect it at all.
He respects Gidget because of her unrelenting empathy. It's a
Would he not just see that as a character flaw?
It's a burden sometimes, for sure.
it's more a curiosity.
'Cause, I mean, it's such an alien thing to him.
You know, caring.
Wow.
He cares about things. He cares about
Yeah, see?
Horus, science,
Collecting eyeballs.
collecting eyeballs, for science. It's a
And MLTs, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, where the mutton's nice and lean, tomatoes are perky.
delicious.
I love that.
Food is nice.
I think Barry would go, "We gotta make Jimmy pay somehow."
I
Yeah,
love
see?
how much Barry's voice is evolving.
I,
got
that
The
is like a
direction that
favorite.
it's going is amazing.
Got a
Yeah.
cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, see?
Well, see
We gotta
now.
make him pay, scene, yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
I do think he should be stopped, but revenge alone isn't really going to help all those people that died.
He was something out of supernatural or paranormal or preternatural anyway. He wasn't human. We know
Mm.
that. And he wasn't a race.
But
Pretty
he
sure.
was dreamy.
But Gabriel wanted to fuck him, but that's not surprising.
Rude.
Such a stupid boy.
Oh yeah, he's in jail.
Oh, he off guard knows.
Yeah, I know.
He does. Okay.
I do like the thought though that if he didn't know, he'd just gone this long without asking. Like, just doesn't give a shit where Gabriel is.
Hey, last time I saw Gabriel, he was jumping through a window.
Okay, that wasn't the last time you saw him. First off.
Yeah, that was the last time Ulfgar saw him. Because immediately after that, I went to hell.
Well,
He
no,
got
'cause
sucked into that portal.
he went out of the window in the first time that we fought the demon lady. And then we came back
Oh,
and actually fought her. And
Yeah,
then
I
that's when
guess.
we got sucked in.
Oh,
oh my God, Scott.
I like to think he
This is
just-
why I do the recaps.
Uh-huh. I like to think that's the last memory he remembers.
That's the
though.
last thing he
Like,
remembers is fucking Gabriel just flying out the window.
Yeah.
Also, wasn't Ulfgar like down when Gabriel flew out the window?
Oh, wasn't Ulfgar
I'm pretty sure that
it's either
had,
knocked out or still
Yeah.
under control?
well, because he was fighting against us, and then we
Right.
knocked him out and got out of there. So
I think it was Gabriel went through the window and then Ulfgar went down.
I was kind of hoping that that wouldn't be the case, but okay. I'll go with it, if nothing else, but for humor's sake. Anyways, continue. I'm not here.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless
I'm
you.
having lunch with my uncle. You guys enjoy your conversation.
And it's so ironic. Alright.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Oh boy, indeed.
So yeah, good stream, everybody. It's a fun session.
Boy.
Oh, the campaign. Such a great movie.
Is that what Ulfgar is doing right now? Oh. It just
Bring
feels
your
so
brooms, 'cause
ashamed.
It's a mess. That's beautiful. Alright, well. Did we get any experience?
Wow. Fuck off.
Did Gabriel get any prison experience?
Wow.
Well, I mean, maybe, but they wouldn't be anything I'd want to share with you.
Isn't he
Decent
just still
penis,
tied up?
bud. We'll do a little 1v1 roleplay session, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be pretty
Well-
boring because it's gonna be you tied up, gagged in a chair.
No comment.
I thought we were under the I thought we were under the
Talk
impression
about a
that
1v1 roleplay session and him wanting to tie me up and gag me. Didn't realize you were so kinky, Scott. Or gay.
Whoa.
Like, that's the real kicker here.
Who said I was
Yeah.
gay?
What do you have to say for yourself?
You don't have to be gay to do those things.
That's true. Ooh.
And I thought that that was just a temporary thing until they got him into a cell for
No,
No,
magic
it's,
users.
Yeah, that's just what they told him.
no. They don't have any
Oh.
cells for magic users. That is the
Oh.
cell for magic users.
Oh, poor Gabriel. What an idiot.
Oh man, his arms are gonna be so sore.
Yeah.
Do I get 1 point of strength from just being tied up like that all the
I feel
time?
like you'd lose a
6
point of
weeks.
strength, if anything.
Well, I mean, you gotta have some kind of endurance to,
I feel like your arms would just go numb, because it's not like you're holding them tight. They're being
Well,
held.
I'd rather go
Just
up
end up
to
with
a
noodly
9 in
arms.
strength than down to a 7.
I mean, it's such a minor change. Why would you be so worried?
You know what? Let's just forget I said anything.
I mean, it's a great idea. I totally think that should happen.
Let's forget I said anything.
Oh, okay. Seems like that's becoming a bit of a theme.
Well, that was fun.
I say, are we calling it or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm full of coffee.
Alright, good session, everybody.
I was gonna say,
Ulfgar should get some XP for punching Val. Or at least an inspiration or something.
Val should get some
Give
XP
him,
for really liking it.
Give him 5.
I know Gidget and Barry once talked about seeking revenge on Jimmy. That's
Hey,
still a thing.
But
I imagine it would be.
even though that's not really, I'm not
So
supposed
are we
to
gonna
seek
have Barry and
revenge.
Ulfgar in the party for a while?
Damn.
Is that what I'm hearing?
For the moment, I kind of want Barry to go off and keep track of Jimmy.
Ooh,
But-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that
I
would-
figured that he might start tracking that dragon thingy.
He's got a treant to worry about. That dragon thing might be helpful in tracking Jimmy, but see.
It's kind of cute that you think the dragon only cares about you.
I gave him candy.
And the treant, for that matter.
Yeah, I kind of like the dragon. I want him to stay around.
Nobody
Oh.
else made the treant angry, did they? That was just
No.
Barry.
Just Barry.
Well, I mean, Barry's part of the party, so it's a group effort.
Wow.
Great.
I like trees.
Well, that tree doesn't like you.
And
Oh,
it's not a tree, it's a tree ant.
it's
be
a tree.
sensitive.
I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. Coming from you, that's really something there.
Pretty rich, isn't it?
It's amazingly rich. Decadent.
Well then.
Like a nice bite of tort.
I don't know where OBS saved that video. Aw, shucks. It didn't save it to my desktop, did it? That would be weird. What is this?
Well, thanks for watching the stream.
Yeah.
Check out tomorrow when the party all dies. And
You don't know that's gonna happen.
well, I can tip the scales a little.
That's technically true.
Oh shit! Like, so we are gonna fight the dragon in the cave.
There's no dragon in the cave.
We said tip the scales.
What?
Speaking of scales, it must be Michael.
Digging deep.
Oh, Lord.
That's how I feel all the.
Good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
Good night.
Good night, stream.